He does not deserve a death threat over a game. If there's any of our fans that's on the other side of those threats, I would hope and pray not.
And just seeing what Coach Prime had to say in this interview, it's got me second guessing how critical and harsh I've been on Henry Blackburn. Okay, I originally was not going to talk about this. I told myself, nope, not talking about it. I'm going to let it slide under the radar. I'm going to slide it under the rug, and we're going to move on. But however, in the past couple of days, and really in the past 24 hours, this issue and situation has escalated so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was already a big deal, but it's an even bigger deal now. And it's also been the most highly requested video on the channel within the past 48, 72 hours. And you guys know this, I'm a fan of the people, and I want to give the people what they want. So we are going to address this Colorado and Colorado State situation, and it is a nasty situation to say the least. It's terrible, it's awful, but guess what? This is the reality of Americans, I guess you could say. If this video doesn't go to prove to you that people are crazy, I don't know what will. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the situation where a safety for Colorado State, I believe he goes by, Henry Blackburn. Hold on, let me double check that just to make sure. Yeah, it's Henry Blackburn. For some reason, I want to say Hunter, but it's Henry. Anyways, Henry Blackburn, he is a safety for Colorado State who had that dirty, and I'm not backing down on that, I'm standing 10 toes down, that was a dirty hit on Travis Hunter. We've already talked all about this hit, and matter of fact, we talked about it last night because we got an injury update on Travis Hunter. If you want my full thoughts on the hit and play, you can go watch some of the previous videos, but to make a long story short, dirty hit, dirty play. Henry Blackburn, the player who made this hit on Travis Hunter, he took him out of the game, and he's also taking him out for a couple more weeks. As bad as that play was, and as bad as that hit was, the drama around it, it didn't just stop there. You see, the thing with this Colorado football team and Deion Sanders is there's no in-betweens. You either love them and you're rooting for them, or you hate them. There is no middle grounds with Deion Sanders in Colorado. There's no such thing as a casual watcher when it comes to Deion. You either love his team and the people around him, or you're completely against him. With that being said, when you have a person like that, for the people that do like this guy, it's ride or die. And guess what? These said people that are Travis Hunter, Deion, and Colorado fans, they were not pleased with this hit by Henry Blackburn. And when I said they weren't pleased, that might be understating it. Because as soon as this game was over, Mr. Henry Blackburn and his entire family, which we'll get to in just a second, a little foreshadowing here, they was receiving, let's just say, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, let's just say threats. You know what kind of threats I'm talking about. Put two and two together here. I've read multiple different articles, and I'm not even going to pull them up. I'm just going to sum them up to you real briefly. Somehow, some way, these people out here in America, the crazy people that there are, they found out Henry Blackburn and his parents' addresses. And to make a long story short, everything and anything you could find out about Henry Blackburn, it's been blasted all over social media. But obviously, the worst of the worst is the threats him and his family has been receiving. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, and whether you think this is right or wrong, it's just my honest opinion. When I first heard the news, and it's why I haven't spoke up on it up until this point, that he was receiving all these threats, I took it with a grain of salt because people do this all the time. For years, and I'm talking about for years, every single kicker for the University of Alabama, which is my team, they were receiving threats like this. Especially during that kick six when the Alabama kicker lost Alabama the game. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that. And those threats were coming from the kicker's own fan base, Alabama fans. The reason I don't really take any of these serious, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but the reason I don't really take them for their word is because most of these threats are just crazy people that are mad online. They're not actually going to do anything. They're talking out of their butt. So that's my take on this. I'm not saying don't take threats serious. Please don't get my words twisted. What I'm saying is most of these sports fans, especially in college football, that propose these type of threats, they're not about that life and they're not about that action. But, and I have a really big but, and if you don't listen to a single other thing I say in this video, please listen to this part. That doesn't mean you shouldn't take precaution and take these threats serious. Although more than likely nothing will come out of this, it doesn't mean you should take it lightly. That is the worst thing you could do. Look, man, here's my take on the situation. Me and you, we can sit up here all day and say, man, that was a dirty hit. There's no need for that in the game, blah, blah, blah. That is totally fine. There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But once you take it past that, that's where the problem starts to arise. Once you start taking it to threats off the field, that's where it gets messed up, at least in my humble opinion. No need for that whatsoever. And Travis Hunter even came out yesterday and said, yeah, that's football, man. It's life. That's going to happen. And Travis Hunter's the victim in this situation. If anybody should be mad, it's Travis. And to go on top of everything I just said, Deion Sanders, he addressed all the threats and everything going on. And Matt, wrote a clip.
You guys to record this and run with this. Henry Blackburn is a good player who played a phenomenal game. He made a tremendous hit on Travis on the sideline. You could call it dirty. You could call it he was just playing the game of football. But whatever it was, it does not constitute that he should be receiving death threats. This is still a young man trying to make it in life, a guy that's trying to live his dream and hopefully graduate with honors or degree, committed to excellence and go to the NFL. He does not deserve a death threat over a game. At the end of the day, this is a game. Someone must win, someone must lose. Everybody continues their life the next day. Very unfortunate. I'm saddened if there's any of our fans that's on the other side of those threats. I would hope and pray not, but that kid was just playing the best of his ability, and he made a mistake. So I forgive him. See you, our team forgive him. Travis he's forgiven him. Let's move on. But that kid does not deserve that.
Wow. The only thing I know to say to that is Deion Sanders is 10,000% right. I couldn't have said it any better myself. And this is why I like Deion Sanders so much. Trust me, I've gotten so much backlash from all these Alabama fans, all these fans in the Southeast saying, yo, Matt, why you talk about Colorado so much? Yo, Matt, why do you like Deion Sanders so much? Yo, Matt, you're showing him too much blah, blah, blah. This is why. You want to know why I admire Deion Sanders so much? You want to know why I respect him so much? Because of stuff like this. This is the definition of a grown man. You'll come to find out in this life, a lot of these quote-unquote grown men out here, they're not even man enough to realize stuff like this. And just seeing what Coach Prime had to say in this interview, it's got me second-guessing how critical and harsh I've been on Henry Blackburn. I can't emphasize this enough. Coach Prime hit the nail on the head in this interview. Henry Blackburn is playing a game. It's high intensity. It's hostile, and he made a mistake. It's going to happen. And if you can't understand that, I guarantee you've never played a sport in your life. Or not just that, but you're not even a competitor. When you are in the heat of a moment of an intense battle, stuff's going to happen and you're going to do things you're not proud of. Steph Curry's one of the humblest guys out there, and he's known as this calm, cool, and collected basketball player, right? But even he gets worked up in games and he gets technical fouls. You see what I'm saying? When you're in that intense moment, you do stuff that's out of your character. Obviously, we're not trying to condone what Henry Blackburn did, but maybe we should just forgive him, like Coach Prime said, and move on. It's just so refreshing to hear mature words like this from Deion Sanders or anybody out there. I think this is beyond a great take. This is arguably one of the best things Coach Prime has ever said in his time at Colorado. I'm going to leave it at this, and let me know your thoughts down below how you feel about it. Was I mad during the game and even a little after the game seeing Henry Blackburn do that to Travis Hunter? That's my guy, Travis Hunter. Yes, of course I was mad. But that was during the game. The game's over. It's time to forgive this man, Henry Blackburn, and continue to move on. And I've had so many people tweet at me saying, oh, man, Henry Blackburn needs to get kicked off of the team. He needs to be suspended from college football, this and that. No, if you're one of these people saying that, you're taking it way too far, and you need to calm down. My advice to Colorado fans that are still upset about this, and I understand why you're upset, is to take the advice from Deion Sanders. The thing that should give you peace of mind is that even Travis Hunter has forgiven him. If Travis can forgive him, who is the victim, let me remind y'all didn't get hit by Henry Blackburn. Travis Hunter got hit by him. If Hunter can forgive him, then so should I, and so should you. That's my take on the situation. That's my take. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But, Robert!